Well, who's a silly boy then?
Wait. Matron, take them away.
And a warm welcome to one and all. If this is your first time here, I'm the big fella. That is the Scruffy trader. What I'm trying to do is put trading in the real world. Maybe show you a trick or two along the way. So if that sounds good, do hit that little subscribe button. Genuinely helps and motivates me to do more. And talking of things that motivate me to do more.
It's your coffee.
There's my coffee. Because we all know Scruffy likes
Well, I was
coffee.
going to go to the beach. The sun's shining and stuff, but you're working, so there's your coffee.
I want. That's all I get all day. I want.
Yeah, but I don't get.
No, I want one of those.
You lying bitch.
Are we going to the beach?
Yeah.
When?
Well, when I'm finished.
That'll be no then.
You carrying out your duties tomorrow night?
Here we go again.
What duties do I? Duties on a Saturday night? Yes, you can watch Star Wars and I'll make tea.
It's worth a shot, won't it? I'll have a moment instead.
Hello.
Why am I a silly boy? Well, I was kind of having a day off today, of sorts. I had a rough day yesterday. Well, I'm saying I had a rough day. I dropped a bollock, and it cost me a bit of money.
What?
But I stuck to the plan, and all's well that ended well. But I was kind of licking the wounds a little bit and sort of thinking, because I did a stupid mistake. I'm only human. I do make mistakes. But I was sensible enough to stop it. All right? And I'll show you in a second. But that stupidity has crept in again. Let me show you. Because I was quite happy just having a bit of a sing-song. You know, we were talking holidays and various other bits and pieces this morning. Don't worry, we do talk charts and everything as well. But the little hobbit in here opened his gob. All right? Bit like this one sitting next to me. She opens her gob constantly. It never bloody stopped. Yap, 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 yap.
Okay, well, the mind's an amazing organ.
I've got an amazing organ.
It's capable of far more than you'd imagine.
Right again.
What?
You're calling him a hobbit, little Philly.
Why, that's because he's about that big. He's the same as you, Tinky Winky person, because you're only that big and all.
He's a little.
Yeah, tiny wee thing. Anyway, little hobbit from Fibbit. It's an inside joke, by the way, boys and girls. Was goading me about non-farm payroll. No, non-farm payroll is hard work at the best of times. And I've kind of taken the bait, shall we say, and I'm going to trade it. All right, so I have to prepare it. But as I was alluding to, I dropped a clanger yesterday. Got to the pub because we've had a rough day. Well, I've had a rough day. Funny enough, I lost the trade. It was her fault. Why was it her fault? She was chewing on like she always is. But here you go. Here's Wurzel. And look at her. She's all nicely done up.
Not like you.
I am actually. Look at the kittens.
Get your tracksuit bottoms on.
Couldn't care less. Couldn't care less. My money's as good as anybody else's. And she's gorgeous.
Oh, make it stop.
It didn't affect my figures. It just gave me a little bit of a blip here. You know. But I'm still holding a good performance. Out of the 86 trades, 81 of them are deemed profitable and sustainable. But out of that 86, I've lost one. Just one.
Are you serious?
And if you want to see the deal tickets, here they are. My head might be in the way for the top one, so there you go. There's the top. And oh, sorry, didn't move it. There you go. Sorry. There's the top. And if I run through it, you'll see that they're all in profit down to number one. Drop that back up there. So I was a happy boy. But what happened yesterday? Why was it bad? Well, if I pop my history up, which is here, this is kind of this week. I've had a stonking week, but that one caught me gold. I was looking for the snap coming back, but it just kept on going. Made a mistake. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start prepping up my charts and get ready for non-farm. Why not? You know, it's all right. I said I was going to do it, so I'm going to do it. So I guess that's the why not. Stupidity, shall we say. So what I'm going to do is, there's no indicators involved, and I'm also going to remove all of these blue lines, all of them, because these are quite weak in the market and they don't hold a great deal of weight. And reason being, I think non-farm will blast through them. So I want the chart as clean as I can see it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop it down, see what's going on. So we can see that was the interest move the other day. The price has stayed within it. It's not really pushing down, but it's not pushing up either. So it's in a range at the bottom of the range. Does that mean anything for the next hour? Not really. It just means the market is waiting for the announcement. So if it's waiting, I'm going to wait as well. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on here. I'll come back to the chart at about 25 past 1, half past 1. I'm going to let the first 5 minute close, and then we'll see if we can grab some quick money. Now, because it's non-farm payroll, I don't jump from one account to another account, as you sometimes see me do, because I'll trade the wage and I'll trade the prop at the same time, because I have time to do it. I look at the trades at the top of the hour and see if there's anything there. If there is, I might be waiting, I don't know, maybe it's 15 minutes, 20 minutes before it's ready to pop. I've got plenty of time to look at that chart and this one here, and I can put the two orders in waiting because I work on pending orders. Non-farm payroll is slightly different. I only ever look at one chart. That's it. I switch all the others off so I can't see it in my eyes shut. And when the move comes, because it is very fast, boom, I've got to get in, get out, get paid, and done. So hope that kind of makes sense. So I'm going to clean this up and I'll come back to you in just a sec.
Well, we're waiting.
Okay, guys, we're back. It's currently 27 minutes past 1. Announcement will be coming shortly. So let me flick it over and we'll have a little look. Am I ready to rock? You're right, I is. Because I've even got my playlist ready.
Oh dear.
Little bit of Tweedledum. Fantastic.
Not really.
Shut up, you. All right. And now we're going to see if these charts is ready. So how does that work? Well, it's very simple. Non-farm payroll is incredibly unpredictable, but there's certain aspects within the chart you can look for to see what might happen. We had an interest rate move here. The price has stayed contained within it, and it's coiled quite tightly. So whatever's happened is going to boom, but it could go either way. So I've got to be a bit careful. So I'm going to drop this into a 15 minute. And as you can see, it's had a slam down. It's now having a reprieve. Now, hopefully that reprieve might continue, but I'm not banking on it. What I'm looking at is the movement of the candles themselves. And what I think is happening, as you can see, it's flat pretty much through, is the positioning themselves for an explosion. So the plan is, I'm going to just leave the camera running, is going to let the first 5-minute candle close, and then I'm just going to look to get in and catch the snap, and as soon as I'm paid, I'm stopping. Now there are ways that you can help yourself. If I pull this back out to the hour before this starts, you'll see I've still left my main levels in, because they will be respected, you know, and if they blast through, they've got a good chance to push on to the other ones. So I'm still working within my arenas that I like, but I'm using these as checkpoints. And the next checkpoint I'm going to use, and you've seen me do this a lot, is a fib. So that'll be what I'm watching on the 5-minute candle. All right. So what I'll do is I'll just leave the camera running, and I'll come back to you shortly when the trade's done, because I'll need to concentrate over the next sort of 15-30 minutes. All right, catch you soon. Okay, guys, that's it. Not the most exciting non-farm in the world. The move was good. We had a good accelerant, and then I had to wait while this was pushing down, and it paid me 85 quid. Amazing. However, what was amazing about it was I stuck to my guns and my plan. The reason why I've let it run out is because it's now 3 o'clock. I don't like trading Friday afternoon. And if it was going to surge and it didn't go to where my break-even point was, and it picked up the order I put above it, because I had a fair idea it might sort of come back and then zoom back up again, which it is. It's kind of happening now. I'd have left it. You know, just basically put the order back in and let it run back up into this. However, it stopped me out. So now it's stopped me out. That's it. I'm done. You know, I'm just not going to risk it. I'm not going to go back to market, because that's what keeps me consistent. I'm not greedy, guys. You know, I leave that for the land of make-believe. You can't outwit the markets constantly. But what you can do is be patient, get in and get out, and then you'll be fine. Now, at the beginning of this, I said you'd be using your levels to help you, and a fib can define them. Well, it blew through the fib, and you could trail it down, and it would still give you a defining point, but it just showed that there was volatility pushing through. So rather than rely on a fib that's essentially 15 minutes to 30 minutes old, rely on historical data where the market will probe to and find natural levels. You know, these levels are, some people call them psychological levels. They're not. They're just where the money's been in the past. And there's a fair idea it'll be there again in the future. And if you look at it, it's stalled bang on this one that I marked in prior to it. You know, straight down, wallop. Bang on this one. And then finally bottomed on this one. But the levels that were marked in, and they were there before this all started, they're almost to the pip. Now, if you know how to mark them in, you're halfway to being a good trader. And that's what trading is all about. You see, when I first started, and if you see the interviews with me, my trading is very simplistic. And I said I started with just levels in price. That's it. That's all I ever needed. You know, yes, I do use some indicators just to help guide what's going on. But everything was levels in price. Because that's all the market is. A level is driven by price. And the price itself is your best indicator. And so many don't get that concept. They think there's a magical system. There's not. There is just common sense targeting, and common sense cost of trade. These are business aspects that no teacher I have seen yet talks about. And why? Because they don't run businesses. What they're doing is trying to hook you in. So the only advice I can give is learn how to market chart, learn where the major turning points are, and work from each turn to the next turn. Because every time it approaches one, it can throw the price away. Don't be greedy. Get in, get what you can, get out, and then once you've done it once or twice a day, quit. That's it. And you'll find that you have more money. So, as always, if you want to contact me, I'm very easy found. You find all my contact details below. If you want to come along and see exactly how I trade, do visit the Scruffy squad. I'm there every single day, and I always tell the guys what I'm looking for, etc. It's not a signal service, as many people are asking. I don't do signals, but what I do is before I take a trade, I'll tell them the how and the why I'm going to trade it, and then they can either follow along themselves or they see my results when it's finished. But they knew exactly what it was that I was going to be doing before I do it. And well, I haven't got a time machine, so it's the fairest way I can do it.
Isn't that logical?
And there's a couple of reasons why I don't do signals. I genuinely dislike them. I think they lead you down a false path and probably into the road of ruin, because each broker is different and the price that I'm getting in is not necessarily the price that you're getting in. But I can also be in and out of the trade before you've seen the signal. And then lastly, it teaches you nothing, not a thing. So I'd rather show you the how and the why, which is far more valuable than just doing it for you. Because if I'm just going to do it for you, well, then I'd need to be paid a hell of a lot of money to take on the pressure of that. And I hope that makes sense. But for the cost of the group, it's peanuts, and you get to learn how to do it. So I hope that makes sense at the end of a rabble, but I've had a good day of sorts. It's been a long day. Not the best day I've ever had, but certainly not the worst. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.